this time I'll be in my office. I'll not say nothing. Okay. So let's begin. Okay. Welcome, everybody. We are going to be doing our Sprint 1 planning today. We are Code Saris, and we can just begin. So, for the first task, we're going to be prioritizing the user stories that we have. We have some features that are written on separate column. So, we're going to go through them one by one as a group and prioritize them in the sheet that is on this here. So, you guys want to begin? So, everybody ready?
Yeah, I guess we can proceed.
Yes, let's do
Yeah.
this.
So, okay, the first one. So, we're going to be prioritizing them based on the MVP that we're going to be doing for Sprint 1, actually. So, the MVP that we're going to have in mind is going to just be a very straightforward AI that would like a straightforward platform that is going to take in context and take in a user input and output a like the continuation of the context. So let's try to if we have that as the core, then for Sprint 2 we can build up onto it. And within Sprint 3 we can be adding the accessibilities and everything else into the web application and make it work efficiently and effectively. So let's begin. Let's begin.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first one is was you guys hear the fire alarm and stuff? The
Uh,
the
A little
siren.
bit, not too in the
Okay.
background, not a
Uh,
lot.
you okay?
No, I'm good. There's just too much sirens here. So again, as a user, I want to have an option to select a story with a theme so I don't have to come up with a new one.
I think this would come in the context, right?
Yeah, I think this
Yes.
will
Yeah,
be high priority also.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. So if you guys want, yeah, you can go in and put the story points in.
Okay. Hi Farham, Sharon here. How do you want to do the story points? Do you want to do them based on priority or do you want to do them based on on difficulty?
I think we should do it based on how close to the core it's gonna be
Okay,
first, and then I guess the second filter would be the difficulty part.
okay. So lower the number, lower the priority.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. So we're using the Fibonacci numbers, and as a reference, it's here, but
Hi guys, Dhruv here. I wanted to ask if we are just ranking the stories based on priority, right? How are we classifying it from, say being a story which requires a lot of work, for example? Like,
I think we'll have, sorry. Hi everyone, Dylan here.
mm,
But I think we'll have to do a mix of both, right? Because if it gets a high priority, then we can pick it for this sprint, and plus also you have to think of how long it will take.
Yeah, that's fair, I think. So priority first and difficulty later.
the priority meaning as in like how needed it is to start the core, to start the
Yeah,
backbone of the project.
because we
So
put it
having
as
that in
priority.
mind,
Sorry.
sorry, you go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you put it as priority, then it'll be easier to pick for sprint one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have these no, I know it's really a bad table. All these
No,
numbers
that's okay.
here are like the Fibonacci numbers.
It's okay,
So we
everyone
can
knows
use
Fibonacci by heart, right?
them. Um,
Okay.
so as a user, I want the option to select a theme with so that I don't have to come up with one. Um, I don't think this is a super core thing yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's so just Clive here, by the way. So just
Um,
I don't think it's that important per se, but it is definitely there somewhere in the middle because it's part of the core functionality.
I think we
I
do.
think it would
think
be
Okay.
I think it would be very close to the core functionality as
Mm-hmm.
the way that we would have to implement this revolves around our system prompts that we'll be passing to the AI.
Yeah, it
Oh,
would
Yeah,
involve the
I
system prompt side of things.
I agree with you because I think for our MVP, if we just build on the preset for now, it'll be easier to build around it, and then we
Yes.
can do the custom later.
So let's keep a small
I think
word
preset should be the one of the most important things also.
I
Because,
think so.
yeah,
theme
because you have to
selection.
explain to the AI what the game is, tell it like where it should not, like its boundaries and stuff. And yeah, it has to be very detailed so that the AI doesn't go off track.
Okay,
And
let's do it on this.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is
so
the grid we'll use. Okay.
let's do 34 then, and maybe use that as threshold.
Okay.
we'll start at 34 and based on other
Yeah,
stories,
you
scale it up.
can. Okay, so we're using 34 as threshold.
So you're doing
You
it
can
right.
just say story points as 34, I think.
Yeah, I think that also is good, right? We can then change it later on.
This is, do both way though. Like definitely put it here. Oh, jeez. Here. And then this is more visual too, so we can like
Okay,
move
sounds
things
good.
around.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
So we highlight this as done for now. And okay, let's move to the second one. As a user, I want the app to play my favorite novel as a story when I enter the novel's name so that I can dive in without describing the entire novel. This
I
is
think this one is also, it's important, but we can build on it after we do the preset
Yeah.
because it's
From the
similar.
user stories, I can see that just to select between story, like it's just a categorization option, story now.
Yes.
So I think it can be very low.
just like a bonus feature in my opinion.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
even I feel it's like a later on feature to work on. It's not really the core functionality.
So you guys are imagining around this area, but
Yeah.
you guys
8, I think.
not super low, but yeah, 8.
Mhm.
8 would be good. What else? Everybody thinking 8?
I was thinking lower, but yeah,
Yeah, it is good.
I have a feeling of 3, honestly.
even I think three.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go 5.
I mean,
We'll meet in the middle.
this significance,
Settle in the middle.
this
What were you saying?
significantly overlaps with the story preset one. So the work will be divided over here. Like if we are approaching the story above, and if that is completed, then half of the work for
The
this
story
story
is
is already
already
done.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I still feel it's going to be a feature that can be done as an enhancement at the end, right?
Yes, yes,
That
yes.
is
But
fair.
it
Yeah.
is like not a part of MVP as far as, yeah.
So which one do you think, Drew?
I guess we can keep it as 3 for now because
3?
this can be introduced in Sprint 3 as well.
Yeah, even I see of it like a Sprint 3 thing.
I feel like even if we don't have this issue, the product will still work.
Mhm.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Sprint 3. Okay, Fibonacci numbers. Okay. We're completed with this one. Let's move quicker. As a user, I want to describe the character I will be playing in the story to the app. It's next to the theme, in my opinion. Like, as important creative thing, but
I say one
not
step lower.
And this would be around 13,
Yeah,
8 and 13.
even I feel 13 is
I
okay.
13.
think 21 because the whole customization for our product is coming from the way the player can describe
Yeah,
its character,
that's true as well.
which is why I said 21. But yeah, it depends on what everyone thinks. That's just my opinion.
I think 21, yeah, now that she points it out that way, I think 21 is
Yeah,
a fair
21
assessment. Yeah.
I think it should be close to, like,
Yeah,
whenever
the
this
theme.
moves, the other one should move with it. So that,
Yeah.
Let's put it at 21.
because if we can implement this feature, I feel like this feature is very close to this one. It's just character instead of
Mhm.
Do you think you
background.
need to be concerned? You should not you should limit the player's power.
Oh, yeah, there is also that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did it-
We
oh.
can, yeah. I think we can do part of the acceptance criteria. We can implement part of the feature. We don't have to complete it. But as
Okay.
long as we build some part of it and then work on it in the next sprint, I think we'll be okay.
Mhm.
We should start. So if we finish with the preset, we should definitely do this one next. But
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So everybody good with 21 though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good at 21.
Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay. As a user, I want to share this game with my friends so we can explore adventures together locally.
Yeah.
Sprint 3 low priority.
Yeah.
Lower, I think.
Eight,
Yeah.
Low priority,
8 or 5.
8 or 5. We can assign the same number to the.
Good morning,
We
D-Man.
can.
It's Tuesday, February 25th.
Is it Dylan?
Yeah, that's Dylan.
It's February 25th.
Is
All right.
Sorry,
Yeah, I think
reading
it's good.
slowly in the morning.
yeah.
It's still going.
It's reading me the weather.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Next.
Put 8. Um. So wait. Are we sure 8? Let's compare it to this one before we do it quickly. As a user, I want the app to favorite novels and story. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah, I think-
multiplayer as opposed to.
Mhm.
Yeah. But it would be easier to do this though compared to that, no?
It
Or
would be, but we should
because you
horror
can try
MVP.
highlights of each story. Like, let's say if you're doing Princess and a Frog, you could just
No, wait,
like
3? 3 is very easy. 3 is just categorization, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
mhm.
3 is just passing the summary for the
How
notebook.
how
3
yeah,
is
I'm
low on priority and super easy. So 3, I mean, not 3, sorry, the categorization thing.
I'm just thinking maybe let's go through the whole list first, then we can move it around.
Hmm.
Wait, I just realized one thing we can do. So this could be on like the prioritizing based on the core, and then we can do this one based on the complexity of it. So like a two-dimension graph, you know. So like let's say as a user, I want the app to play my favorite novel as a story. We're saying this is easy, we'll keep it on 1. As a user, I want the app to play my favorite novel as a story when. Oh wait, what?
No, I think you're just complicating it a bit.
Yeah, I think you do what
Yeah,
Clive
it's
said.
very complicated.
Just push
Let's
things.
just get through the list first, and then we can just
Okay.
move things around.
Let me put
Come back
this
to it.
locally.
I think you, yeah, there you go.
As a user, I want the app to dynamically adapt to me and my friends' choices, while keeping the story interesting.
This is a
This,
build on multiplayer. Same feature, but
but a bit more important, right? Because
Yeah,
the
how is
story.
it a build on multiplayer?
because this one is, it says to me and my friends. We have one more story that says to me.
No,
So that
the
one is single player feature.
acceptance
We have,
criteria is just the AI can handle user input.
right, but we have one more user story that's for single player. So if we're doing multiplayer later, this should be a build on multiplayer feature.
Okay, yeah, makes
We
sense.
have a story that's only for the single player.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So I think we can put it beside the multiplayer one.
Just 1 second, guys.
Is it easier or is it harder? You guys want
I
to
think
decide?
what Sharon said, if we build the other thing first, this will just be like a build on top of.
Yeah,
Because
we
we
have to
might
first
be.
introduce multiplayers into the
The thing
game
is that
and then ask the AI to.
the thing is that if you're already approaching an interesting, like if you're already approaching a good story building for a single player user, right? Just scaling it up to a multi player version would not be a problem at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
I'm thinking a bit about along the lines of like if you do the single player thing and then you implement multiplayer, then it's just like an integration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right.
just like an integration.
Yeah.
So I want to.
Wait, I think
Sorry,
Ella's
Ella?
saying something.
I'm thinking basically comes out to be like the same feature, the same thing.
Same, yes. So one more part of the same feature.
Feature, yeah.
So if
Oh.
we introduce multiplayers, then what we do with those multiplayers is now this feature that the
Mhm.
story adapts to these multiplayers.
So that's how you guys want to do it? Like that under it?
No,
Yeah,
I think
like
still put it under line, right? Or
On the same line?
are we allowed to give two same numbers to the
Yeah.
yeah, we
Yes,
can,
yes,
we can.
yes, we
Okay,
can, we
if
can.
that's fine, then it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So just yeah, just this 1, 8 as well.
For me and my friends, so we did this. If you guys can add the numbers. As a user, I want to determine which player goes next. So this is gonna be with
So
Just below the multiplayer part.
Yeah, just
yeah,
below the multiplier.
same. It's same. Yeah. That's also 8.
as a user, I would like to clearly know when my game ends. This would be a good priority.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the sprint it would be a good priority.
I think so. We could do 13, I think. It's fairly easy, but we should have it in there. It won't take too long.
Because we
I
need
guess we should get this around 34 or 55 because
Yeah, even I
the
was
thing
thinking
is
about
that
the end of the
yeah,
Print,
Right.
right? Towards
Oh,
the end, we'll build on that.
the
because
Fibonacci numbers are not in sequence. So the numbers are priority.
Priority plus what is that?
like
So-
higher the number, higher the priority for now, and then after that we can assign it the complexity numbers.
So technically,
Okay.
you would need to be able to like create a story first, but do you need to create a theme first to be able to do this?
I don't think it's a sequence, right?
No,
Yes.
it's not
Yeah.
not
The thing is
necessarily a
that
sequence.
the thing is that this actually shifts from the AI communication to actually what you call an architectural standpoint of our project,
Mm-hmm.
if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Because
basically saying that it's going to decide what
yeah,
like the
it's going to
control of
decide
the
how.
game is the control flow of the game.
Yeah.
Control.
So we would have to actually figure out a way to implement a game stop and pass those parameters into our entire system. And I think this warrants a 34 for now.
Hmm. So 13, you're saying?
34.
34.
Yeah, even I think
Yeah.
34 is a good point.
Okay.
I don't think it's that much of a priority in the first sprint, though. No, because in
That's
the
what I
first
was thinking.
sprint,
No.
again, we have to keep that in mind. The first sprint is that it just needs to take in a context. I mean, give us a context, any like a dilemma. Let's say it just says you walk in a room and there is an apple, and then it's gonna say, all right, what do you do now? And all you need to get is an interaction point from the user. I want to throw the apple against the wall. And then the AI has to continue that context. Okay, you threw the apple to the wall, you made a mess. And I feel like if we have this that's much ready for MVP 1, for sprint 1, then we can add other stuff to it. And we can also make the context a story now. Then we can add characters into it, then add NPC into it. Because this will have the framework. This will have the body of it to begin.
Yeah,
I
but
agree. I agree.
Param, just one more point, like, but don't we
That's
think
a
that
math.
having it in the base to stop the entire thing might be good as well? Like, moving forward, that way we don't have to think about it moving
So
forward.
the
I think
end.
sorry, Shan, go ahead.
No, didn't go ahead.
Yeah, so I think like for now, all we can do is we can just ask the AI to say, yeah, you lost. You don't have to disable everything, do anything. That much is
Okay.
enough for now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Yes,
kind
no.
of my
Okay,
point
yeah.
of view as well.
Okay.
I just wanted to add over here,
Mhm.
instead of thinking it from an MPV perspective, think of it from the perspective of building up layers of our product. Like this is an integral, not an integral, but a very important part of the base that we will be creating on which we will be enhancing other stuff, if that makes sense. And if we can get this out of the way as early as possible, we don't have to deal with this down the line when the code and the project gets more complicated.
Yeah.
Because
So
integrating this into our framework is something I feel that we should tackle as soon as possible, like as early as possible, because this is a part of our base rather than an additional feature or something like that.
right, but my point, I guess, I understand what you're saying, but my point is this, that the first MVP can still function without it telling you in red mark. Because look at the user features first. This is just to show you if you've done a positive or a negative thing, it will show red or green or whatever. But this is ending. This is ending. Never mind.
Yeah,
And
this is
yeah.
the end.
For the clear ending, I mean, I don't know. For the sprint one, because I'm imagining it's not really an ending or even has an
Okay,
ending.
yeah,
I think
I,
if the game virtually goes on for sprint one, it's still fine. Like
Okay, I
it,
think if we're very pretty clear about that, then like I don't want to
I
go
think
too
we can
much
use the
over it.
other stories as a checkpoint, right? Like, do you think it's equivalent to the presets? I don't know.
no,
No, it is way
Like after all these are done, then
yeah.
this one can come in where it's like, ta-da, like you're done, you win,
Yeah,
lose.
it's a nice thing to have, but we don't necessarily
all right,
need it.
Yeah,
let's move on from this story. Let us put this as 13 and maybe mark it gray so that we can revisit this later.
I think as a POC,
13, I think it's
other
5.
review.
Oh,
Like
you
you
think it's
Yeah.
5? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, looks
like
good now.
after all
Let's
of this is done, we can have this, for example, or like
yeah,
I mean, this could be shifted around with this, to be honest.
I think
All
so.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
If we
let's
we can
go.
grade out and come back to data also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can come back to it later.
Yeah, actually, first round of prioritizing a bit faster.
Okay,
So,
great.
what are you saying?
I told Dhruv we can grade out and come back to it later. And then
Yeah, that is exactly what I was asking.
No, that's okay. I think let's
I
just
think
go through the list. If we come
Mhm.
back, we come back. Let's just go through it.
Let's just go quickly through it. Yeah.
as a user, I want to interact with other non-playable characters as an active part of the story, so the NPCs.
Mhm.
So let's go look at the list. So as a user, I want the app to play my favorite novel. Do you guys think NPC is more significant than this or less? Less significant?
I guess it's the same.
I think it's the same.
I think it's the same. As a user, I want the app to play my favorite
Yeah,
novel.
Same as
And then-
21.
I'm sorry, Dylan, you were not audible. Can you
Oh, sorry.
repeat
There's an NPC like exactly part of these. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing as 21. As the presets. The preset will have NPC.
Yeah.
So the thing is that the way I think this story, we would have to figure this out to start the story in sprint 1 and end it in sprint 2. Because this actually carries over in both parts, as we would have to set the base for an NPC interaction and then add more quality and more structure to it later.
We could do 13. In that way, when we come back for sprint 2, this will be our highest priority for them.
As a user, I want to interact with non-playable characters. The theme.
Because we'll have the presets, and then when we come back, we just have to add the interaction for the NPCs
Yeah.
into the presets.
Favorite novel, though. This is not theme. This is just novel.
Oh wait, yeah,
I think
you
it's
are
just
on the wrong story. Like it's in the left one.
I think it's just the
Yeah,
wording.
that one.
No, I know. What I'm trying to say is that you guys think that we don't need a specific novel. We can have generate a random story. So I don't think
it's just misworded. I think you can change the wording for
because we have a different one for themes also.
Yeah, I think we can move it around, right, later on.
So I think these two should be switched around, in my opinion.
No, wait,
because
It's just misworded. It's the
Ram,
story is the
go to
same.
the acceptance criteria for as a user, I want to play blah blah blah.
as a user, I want the app to play my favorite novel. So the app prompted with a story and
Wait,
novel
where's
up.
That's not
where's
it.
the
That's
This
story
is
with the
that's
this
not
theme?
is
it.
the
That's not it.
novel one.
You guys had themes.
Uh,
Yeah, here it is. Themes too.
Yeah, I think the theme one was there. I think someone moved it out because that was what was there on 34 initially, if I'm not wrong.
Reading
Oh
no,
about
yeah.
it was on 21.
Yeah, this is here now.
yeah, why
Yeah,
is it on three?
So,
it is on 3 because we don't
What was 21? Look for 21. Go back. Scroll. Look for, yeah, that's the one.
describe character. Playing the story.
Somebody messed up with it.
I think I moved it around. I feel like.
Yeah, so but the user only have to play favorite novel. So that's not 21. The player one is 21. Where's the player?
Wait.
So switch it up with what was, yeah, switch it with that one.
Okay. So as a user, I want to describe. So you want to switch which one out?
The one on the bottom, because that one's not doesn't belong there. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe switch their order because we're doing the single player first, right? Yeah. Okay.
Let's move on. As a user, I want to interact with other non-playable characters as an active part of the story. We did this
This is the,
already.
13, right?
So those
yes.
criteria.
21, sorry, not 13, 21.
As a user, I want my character's actions to determine by dice roll.
this is score.
We have to do
Or
this one, right?
MVP 34.
34.
Yeah. But if, no, we should definitely try to do this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As a user, I want to experience an interactive novel where my choices dynamically shape the story.
This is the single player one.
Yes.
No,
This
this you
again
can put.
is a high priority, like 55.
Yeah, even I feel that.
This is the whole, no, what our app is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As a user, I want to experience the novel with interesting yet feasible NPCs that fit the storyline.
I think that
This
goes
is the
with
34.
one. This is with when we introduce the NPCs, right? This
NPCs,
one's
yeah.
after that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's 34, right?
21.
As a user, I expect the AI to introduce unexpected but logical story developments.
55. I guess it is 55.
Almost the same as dynamic. If not less.
Yeah.
As a user, I want the AI to recall past conversations for consistency in NPC behavior and world.
34 or 21. Like
34.
logically,
I think it's
these are the
34.
two.
Because without it, 40. No, I think it's 55, right? It's without it, what do we have?
NPCs are 21, right?
This is for this is remembering and recalling NPC behavior, not story
Oh,
behavior.
NPC
Okay.
behavior.
NPC behavior, yes. So
Yeah, correct.
NPCs are 21.
21.
Yes.
I hold on. The reason I think that this should be 34 or 55 is because this directly ties into the story where the AI introduces unexpected but logical story developments, which is 55.
Yeah, but
Because
it is very connected to the fact that it has to, like, the reason the story is in particular is because we have to keep NPC behavior in context.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if
For
we
it to
don't
be
have the
higher,
NPC, we can't have the context to keep for it.
right.
because you would update the JSON file for the NPC itself. So then you would need that NPC area
Mm-hmm.
to be able to do all of these NPC things.
Like, I get what you're saying, Dhruv, but like the problem with this story is that it depends on something from before.
so
That's the reason I agree it needs to be the same.
As a user, I want the AI to enhance storytelling by generating detailed environmental descriptions. I think this is really important. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I think, right? Because we basically, it's going to be the user prompt at the start saying that every response has to be very detailed.
Oh, 89.
You said something, Dylan?
No, 89 is a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it can be 55 because
Yeah, I think it should be 55 as well.
yeah. Okay. So you want to listen to the story.
As a user, I want to listen to the story so that I can have an immersive experience.
This
This
has
is
to
not high
be.
priority.
Yeah, that's
fine.
also easy task.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen. Okay, the audio.
Listen.
Okay.
Yeah. This is low priority.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can just keep it as 3 or 5.
Param, add it to the column.
Okay.
As a user, I want to interact with the game with voice control so that I can have an immersive experience.
Same as the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
As a user, I want to customize the UI like font size and color adjustments so that I can comfortably read the text.
Very,
I
very low
guess,
priority. I think
This will be
if
but
you're
hold on,
done
hold
with
on, guys. I guess this would come as 21 or above because this closely relates to the MVP that we have saying that our product should be accessible to everyone and
yeah.
like uh, all
yeah, but
echelons of the society. That's the right
I,
word,
no,
but
right. But we
yeah,
don't need it for our product to work.
No, we need, so what
we
you,
need,
to answer
okay.
to what Dhruv is saying, that would mean that we have to create a very standard, easy, accessible one that is easy to use. To make one that is customizable is like a
Yeah. I
Yeah.
The thing
was.
is that the thing is that this would actually set up the base for our other stuff that we are doing about, like the voice to text thing, the
Yeah, but
speaker
So
thing.
if
I
voice to
was.
text is this low, how is customizing font size gonna be
yeah,
like
I think
high
for
AI?
now they can just use Chrome's increase font size and they should be fine if it's that much of an issue.
No,
Because
I'm just
I am
saying it.
also.
Apple,
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think here we need to put the context of what Farham said before, that what we are trying to establish right now in the first sprint. Maybe
Yes,
Yeah.
that
because
needs
if
to be
you're
put in
trying to
context.
establish a base, right, we might as
Yeah,
well.
but Dhruv, again, the main idea is to not give customization functionality. It's to only process the text and give an output.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
if the text doesn't work, but you can increase and decrease font, we
There's
basically
no
have no
point.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Let's focus on the input and output side of things first. Then we can maybe look into the accessibility option. That's why I
Sure.
kind
I
of
mean,
agree
if
it can go with the voice thing.
That makes sense
I
what
uh,
think
you're saying.
accessibility is good. Like they're
But
trying to hit both us.
yeah, like what you're saying makes sense. It's just that the accessibility part of how you want it to be, it would be that the UI we create by itself without any customizational features, it should be accessible. And then the next step would be to give the opportunity to the user to be able to extra make it like unique to themselves, personalize it.
Yeah,
That's the next level thing.
I think
That's
so.
why it should
Then,
be priority. Because the
what
All
do
first,
right,
you?
I guess I get it. I guess I get it.
yeah.
But yeah, Rinma and Ella, what do you guys think? Because if we're at an odds, we can always vote and then pick what to
I
do.
think we need the color
Democracy.
palette, right? I agree with Dhruv on that because we need that. Like, it cannot be low priority.
Okay.
Because, like, when we start a game, it's appealing to us, like the color palette and everything.
This one is font size. I think what we're trying to figure out is,
Accessibility, right?
yeah, should there be a separate customizable feature right now for font to like increase and decrease light mode, dark mode,
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
think
that.
that should be good because it makes our product more interesting. And it's like something extraordinary which we will have.
But
I
interesting is not
mean,
functional though. You see
Yeah,
all
what I
right,
mean?
let me
Maybe
paint a
it
picture.
ties in with the core thing. I
Let
think it looks
me
Do you
100%.
guys want to do a vote?
I
So
think
okay,
then,
hold on.
Yeah,
wait,
Ella,
Ayla saying something.
in my opinion, this is low priority. Like it's something that you can do in next sprints as well.
Yeah.
It's not something that if you don't do it in the first sprint, this thing won't work. So it's like an addable feature that you can add in next sprints.
yeah.
All right, let me paint a picture for you guys. Like just putting my perspective over here. The reason why I feel that this should be a bigger priority is imagine that you have set up everything in the backend as we wanted. All right. Everything is working fine. We can access the backend normally through a JSON file. Everything works good. While integration of the code from front end and backend, if we are facing any issues for limitations for, let's say, the amount of text that we can send, or the limitations of the connections, like the security layers or the security aspect of it. If we are to tackle those challenges in sprint 2 and sprint 3, we would not have enough time to actually sit and sort out the features that we are planning to add, and we would have to push them further down the line.
So, based on what you're saying right now, do you think it makes sense to have features that are not part of the core functionality that pushes all the other features that are more important? So, as in, like, if the UI you're talking about accessibility of UI, the base one should be standard and accessible. But to
All right.
have it to be customizable, we're gonna have to, let's say, add, let's say, a feature to it in the beginning part of the project that, okay, make this chunks of code customizable. Then every time we create a new block, we'll have to ensure that it's staying connected within that plugin that ensures it's going to be customizable too. Whereas this way, we create our own standard version, our standard accessible one where everybody with like, I don't know, anybody that can use a phone can use it. That's our goal. And then later on, when the person can be like, all right, I like this app. I want to continue using this app. This app is functional, they can start doing like customizational features. Because if the app doesn't work and you can like, okay, increase the font or do all these other things while the app is not working, the guy's like, okay, do I have like a font example application or what is this? Like it's just like,
Yeah.
Let me rephrase. What I'm saying is we can extend this story into later sprints for customization and beautification, but for now, I think we should include this in sprint 1 and use this as a baseline to get our product started. Because
No,
this way we will be covering all of our bases.
because
but Dhruv, I
logically
think
it's
the point for the sprint one is to hit the core functionality.
Guys,
This is an
I think we are
Let's
discussing too
let's
much
move on.
and
Let's move
or
on.
can
Yeah.
we just take a quick poll on it?
No,
Can we
we
just
can just we can keep it as 5 for now, and then we can later come back to it.
Yeah, but 5 is
I
high,
was
is
thinking
what
one.
we're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
even I
also
feel
One.
five.
thinking
Even
1.
I
Alright.
feel 5 is high. That's why I think,
Yeah.
can we take a quick poll on it and
Yeah,
just
let's
get
just do
past
a
it?
poll then.
I think majority we know the answer for this, but
So might as well let me go ahead and
I think
switch
it's
it
only
to
Runa and Drew
Okay.
saying to keep it, right? But we can take a poll to make it more
Yeah,
numbers.
we can just get. I can put multiple numbers. Should I just put 3, 5,
Oh,
and
like
8
that. Yeah, yeah.
maybe?
Yeah,
One,
3,
two,
5, and
five.
1.
3, 5,
Yeah.
and 1. Okay.
Yeah.
If we had a story feature where users accessibility of the way it looks by itself, yeah, that could be number 34 or whatever, because accessibility is key. And we have to keep that in mind as we're doing the UI design anyway. It's
Right.
like creating a code. When you're creating a code, you're not trying to create a complex code so the next person can't read it. You're trying to make it as accessible as possible for the next person to read it from the beginning. You know,
And
that's your mentality.
Let's do one thing. Let us keep this as one and move on. We can circle back around to it later.
How do I throw this
Are
poll to
we doing the
everyone?
poll to make it more specific
Oh
on
wait,
the
yeah.
because
I'm sorry.
some think it's
Also,
too
the end goal of this semester is to make a minimum viable product, not the full product. So keep that in mind.
Oh, kill launch. Okay. Yeah. Is it showing up?
Yep.
okay.
Everyone's voted?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna end up. I can't vote right now, but I'm gonna end up voting 3 as well. So.
Yeah, I voted
Mhm.
Okay.
The 3 as well.
So much for anonymous polls.
I mean,
All right.
it's
Let's
not
just go with.
super
Let's just
low.
go with 3.
We will
Yeah.
go with 3.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Good constructive discussion, everybody. Okay.
All right.
As a user, I want to receive clear feedback on my decisions. On when my decision has made a positive or a negative impact on my story. This could be
This
next to the
seems
dice
like
roll, but go ahead. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Drew, yeah.
this seems to be next to dice roll. Like, is it that high of a like? Is this part of our MVP? That's what I'm asking.
It's not super part of the MVP, but it's like next to the end thing I was imagining.
And yeah, same.
Mhm.
I was thinking more like if
Oh yeah, let's see it.
clearly know when to end the screen. 5, I think. That one.
But why is this super important? You can
Yeah,
vote.
exactly.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
even
No.
yeah,
I
even
said
I
5.
feel.
Yeah.
I think it
Uh,
you
e-
said the end screen, right? That one's 5. Yeah, the first one in 5 is that.
Yeah,
uh,
end of the
Can't
game.
find it. Oh,
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think what Dylan is saying, I think is lower than 5 as well as a priority because
no,
it's
no,
not
no.
just
I heard 55. That's why I said.
No,
no.
5,
Okay.
5.
user, I want to receive clear feedback. Yeah, this is more like
Five. We can put it
We just
with
did this one, no?
egg
Mhm.
humans. Yeah.
We just did this
Just did
one,
this
no?
one.
No, I deleted it because I made it
Okay.
back.
Okay.
What's the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, last
You have 2
two.
more.
Oh wait, I wrong color. My bad.
As a user, I want to read the created story. Obviously, high priority, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the scrollable view.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important.
55.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
As a user, I want the game to have graphics and animations with enhanced or to enhance the story.
Also 1, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this has to be 1 or
1. This
But
is
it's
3. No. No.
hectic.
Yeah, it's gonna be after all this.
yeah. Or you can
Um,
if 2 is an option, just put it at 2.
Shouldn't it be 3?
I was
Because the
thinking
graphics and
3
animation are important in this thing, right?
because I mean,
And
this is my preference. It would be nicer to have this. Oh, but accessibility is more important than.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where I'm thinking along the line of it. Like you would want to implement
Yeah.
that accessibility before throwing graphics.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
there's no sounds and animations, I think our product would still work.
Yeah, true.
But it's an added bonus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But for MVP, I think
Later on. Okay.
yeah, functionality first.
Okay. So we have it done.
All
Now,
right.
I don't know if you guys want to go through them because that's what we should do. We should go through them and be
I think it's landed pretty well now once you moved it
Yeah.
around.
Let's just pick now based on priority what we want to do, what we can achieve for sprint one, and
I think you have
pick
to pretty
those.
much look in the top three, right? The
Let's just do
21,
one thing.
34.
Yeah.
We can put 13 as a threshold, and above 13, everything is what
Yeah.
we will be doing in sprint one. And
But
then
can
about 3,
we
Wait, if we do everything
can
above
we
13,
finish
do
everything
an
above 13 in sprint one?
yeah,
we can
then
just keep those stories in sprint one, and then we can later on decide whether we have to bump it up to sprint two, or would it take more time, or is this something that we can do?
Oh yeah,
Because
how about
currently,
I feel what Dhruv is saying. Let's just put it in the chart
yeah,
for deciding the number of days, and then if we see that it's taking too much time, then we move it to the next sprint.
How about let's just look at it first and see what is
Okay,
included here,
okay.
and then we can
Mhm.
decide based on that. So here is, as usual, I want to share this game with my. Okay, let's go with this side. This side
Oh,
is
we're
better.
taking 8 as well?
we'll go from high to low.
No,
I'm
8.
I'm just
No,
including this
no,
just
above 13.
for whatever, like just to have it as reference, maybe.
Mhm.
Just a maybe.
Okay.
Okay. As a user, I want to experience an interactive novel where my choices dynamically shape the story. This is core.
Mhm.
How long do you guys think this would take? Like 1 day, to be honest.
it's already done, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So, we're gonna say 1 day because we'll have to share it with everybody and then everybody puts their input. So, as a
Yeah,
user,
if it's
sorry,
going through feedback and everything, I don't think 1 day is enough. If it's going feedback, testing, blah blah blah.
Hold on. Instead
I
of
just
assigning days,
Yeah,
we can
don't assign this.
just, yeah, don't assign days. We can just keep the story as is, and you would have to decide how we can validate this story properly.
Yeah, because we still have to decide what we mean by this story is
Exactly.
established, like we've completed it.
We
What does
have the
that
acceptance
mean?
criteria for it.
Acceptance criteria.
Yes.
Okay.
That's your reference, if the story is complete or not. And then it goes into testing and then everyone reviews it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tell us on the days. No.
should I leave it?
Uh,
I think if we leave it, it'll be better in my opinion because now we're just gonna be cutting things down for the times that we're gonna have to do because we're gonna have to do this anyway. We're gonna have to know how many days it's gonna estimating the time.
I think the other way you could do this is you could assign them, like we could work in pairs, assign the task to pairs, like to a pair or pairs, and then you go back and ask them how long do they think it would take and set that as a priority. And then we come back and review based on that.
Yeah, we can put placeholder days if you want, and then based on that
Yeah.
sprint, we can change them.
Okay. So
Because, yeah.
So as a user, I want to experience an interactive novel where my choices dynamically shape the story. We did this right. As a user, I expect the AI to introduce unexpected but logical story events. Accurate. As a user, I want the AI to enhance storytelling by generating detailed environment description and emotional characters.
Mhm.
As a user, I want to read the created story. Yeah, this is solid. Honestly, this could be the first Sprint 1 MVP.
Yeah, very nice.
But let's see this part. Let me just highlight this because we do definitely need to do all this. Oh. As a user, I want to have an option. Let's fix this. Have the option to select a story with a theme so that I don't have to come up with a new one.
This is the preset.
Yeah.
This is the must.
We could do this in Sprint 2, to be honest. If Sprint 1, or we could do it in Sprint 1 if we do these.
But then we don't have a story.
What do you mean? As user, I want to
The whole point for the preset was so we could use that preset as a demonstration and we don't have to do the customizable story, right? So
Yeah.
even if we
So
have one preset for sprint one, then based on that story, we need to know if the model works to dynamically generate the story, to introduce logical developments, and
you want to include this in sprint one?
I think so, because
I
I
think
think
she's
that's
this is more
talking of
software
it
rather
as I think she's talking of it in terms of like starting in sprint one but moves into sprint two in a way. Because we
yeah,
start with
that's
only
our
one preset story.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
that's
just
our starting
declaring
point,
that
right?
just declaring that
Tell
there is one preset story.
Also,
yeah,
I think the priority for that should be higher, right? So,
I think so, because that's what we have to
the
do first.
one that is just highlighted is the preset, 4 presets, right?
Yeah, yes,
Isn't that the start?
yes,
There shouldn't
which
be.
is why
But no,
I
I
just
think
wanted.
because what I see for the first MVP, you can still have the AI create a story without a theme. It can
Mm-hmm.
create any story. It just needs to give you a dilemma. That's the first goal should be.
Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
A
Okay,
dilemma
Yeah.
and waits for you to respond to that dilemma. So
Mm-hmm.
it continues the
got
dilemma.
it. Okay, makes sense. Okay,
So this would be
so
second, like as in sprint one, maybe towards the end, hopefully. So I'm gonna put
okay,
this orange or different color, purple, blue.
right. Okay,
Yeah, right.
just
Okay.
do blue. Yeah, okay, fine. Fair enough. Okay.
As a
Mm,
user, I want my character's action to be determined by a dice roll.
this is also so once your story works, then you need the dice roll. So it
Mm-hmm.
Right.
doesn't work the same way again and again every time.
But you can just ask the AI to decide whether your action will work or not. For now.
Yeah, but that would still count as implementing some form of that feature, right?
No, I mean like yeah, but it won't be shown to the user. I mean
Mm,
the AI just intuitively does it and doesn't say like, oh, you have to initiate a dice roll. The probability of winning is 4 or higher, and the probability of losing is less than 4. That won't
Okay.
happen. That's the feature I'm telling that won't be implemented. I mean, it doesn't have to be implemented.
Okay. Okay. So then just those
But if you want it,
5 then.
move it to 5.
No, I'm saying just the 5 that you highlighted then for sprint one.
Okay. Let's
Did
just
you?
read these two to see if we
yeah,
want to switch any of this with this. So as a user, I want to describe the character I'll be playing in the story to the app. This is no. As a user, I want my characters actually be somewhat. Do you guys want to have this instead of this?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yep. I think I like that.
Because it
Yeah,
makes
if you're saying
sense.
we're making the AI do the dice thing in the start, then I think that can go at the back.
So then what is this? As a user, I want to interact with other non-playable characters. This would come with the non, I think so. It would be fair to do it with this one. Like the same level almost.
Mm-hmm.
Move it lower then. Move
Which one? This one you think lower?
no, I think that should be higher than that.
dice roll. Move dice roll lower.
Dice roll lower. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So where were we? Interact with non-playable characters as an active part of the story. As a user, I want to experience a novel with interesting yet feasible NPC that fit the storyline. Yeah, but you know the way we've done it, we're also assuming that just because this is priority, all of the other related things to it is also priority. But sometimes it could not be. You know, a user, I mean, this is like more priority than this, but as a user, I want to experience the novel with interesting yet feasible. I don't know actually.
I think it's
Let's
pretty aligned.
But
let's
this is
let's
yeah.
let's not think more on it.
Yeah.
What we can do is let's just set a threshold, like for example, 13 or 8.
I
All
think
of the
this.
stories above that would be in sprint one. And then we can look at sprint one and see what all stories we can take on. And if there are more stories, we can just put it in the backlog and then get around to those stories in sprint 2.
I think
Okay.
34 and 35 are pretty good
Yeah,
sprint one perspective.
Yeah,
that
there's
is true.
people also. You
And then I can see us doing these in sprint 3, 2, and then everything else actually does fall into yo, it actually does
I
work.
think it does nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Look
Let's
at
just
that. This is how planning goes, guys.
be proud of yourself, Farhan.
Yeah. Wait, let me change colors. Its colors are good.
All
all right.
right
I
then.
think this is good. So we
Let
put
me get the
these
Jira
tasks.
board ready for sprint
Yes.
1.
Yeah. Then we can meet again to discuss how we should do them.
Yeah.
I see Farham is having a lot of fun with it. But
See, I
Wait,
told you,
I,
customizable UI is a
oh,
priority.
wait, before anything else though, yeah, you're right.
yeah.
But before anything, let's quickly go into the to-do list and set up the to-do list together on the Jira. So not the Jira, the other one that I created. What is it? Let me show you.
I think it's prioritized, right?
It is
The
prior, but it'll be better to have a visual. Just right
oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah, but I think
Just copy paste it.
So
I think we can do this
Also,
later. We don't have to
also just
be
want
on
to
the
point
meeting
out,
to do
Farham, I
this.
need to leave for a meeting at
Oh,
5.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Since everybody got to
Yeah.
leave, and conclude
Yeah.
the meeting. Good job, everybody. Great job. And we'll meet next time to do another meeting for sure. We'll
Yes.
plan the Google.
take 2.
All right.
Night,
Sounds
everybody.
good. Thank you.
Claire, sorry.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
I'm hungry.